because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury. And not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one,
for once, Angel Reese was actually picking on somebody her own size. Now, if I was to take bets in this, NaLyssa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on NaLyssa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close.
What's the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If you either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, you know, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player.
Angel Reese just faced the most brutal reality check of her career, delivered unexpectedly by NaLyssa Smith. That electrifying moment when a challenger finally stands up to the schoolyard bully? That's precisely what unfolded when Reese attempted her typical intimidation during the Sky vs. Wings showdown. But here's the shocking twist nobody anticipated. Smith refused to flinch. Instead, she handed Reese a serving of humility so fierce it left the Chicago star utterly stunned. The technical fouls were merely the start of what became the most humiliating night of Reese's season.
Smith was D'ing up Angel Reese pretty staunchly during this game.
The game.
Oh, man.
The game. Charles.
Oh, man.
The game. Charles.
Oh, man.
The game. Charles.
Oh, no.
The game. Charles.
Give me that. Jesus, dude. When NaLyssa Smith is doing that to you, you know you just aren't ready for it, man. When NaLyssa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up.
Imagine this. Angel Reese standing confidently on the court against Dallas, sporting that signature smirk, probably believing she'd found another victim to dominate. The Chicago Sky star had honed her game all season. Get physical, trash talk, make opponents cower. But when her eyes met NaLyssa Smith that evening, something shifted. The usual fear was missing. Smith gazed back with a steady, unshakable calm, a signal that should have set off Reese's alarm bells.
By the way, this started off by NaLyssa Smith going for a rebound and Angel just shoving her. Just shoving her and then complaining to the refs. And by the way, I don't blame Angel Reese for, shoving people and expecting to get away with it. The referees have shown that you are allowed to shove people and get away with it.
The incident ignited when Reese delivered a vicious foul on Smith, a blatant shove. Most athletes would have absorbed the contact, shot a quick glare, and continued the game. But not Smith. She had words to say, and whatever she uttered ignited Reese like a Christmas display. You could clearly see the exact instant Reese's mind shifted from basketball focus to full-blown confrontation. Her shoulders squared, her jaw clenched tight, and she began striding towards Smith like she was the boss of the court.
The rim. NaLyssa Smith and Angel Reese both got technical fouls, and things got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass.
Right there.
How did Deschanel hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
Yeah, the speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at.
Here's where things take a dramatic turn. Smith didn't flinch or retreat even a little. While Reese was puffing out her chest and throwing a fit, Smith stood there seemingly unimpressed, almost bored by the whole spectacle. The difference was undeniable. Reese grew more hyperactive with each passing second, while Smith kept her composure, calm, cool, and seemingly unbothered, which likely drove Reese completely insane. You've seen how bullies lose their minds when their threats backfire? That's exactly the scene we witnessed unfold before our eyes.
Just D'ing you up, blocking her shot. Folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened? What happened last year? Was it the Indiana Fever on the jersey? That made you go extra hard? Was it that other player on that team that was like, oh, that 22, oh, I really want to show her something? Is that what really made it? Because in these matchups against the Dallas Wings, you really haven't been anything special at all. Maybe NaLyssa Smith was tired of seeing her in a meme all offseason. NaLyssa's like, you know what? That next time I play her, I'm not going to let her cook me.
The crowd picked up on it instantly. The vibe in the arena transformed from a laid-back game to total drama mode. Fans were on their feet, phones appeared in a flash, and an electric tension filled the air, the kind that screams, "Something's about to explode." But Smith's teammates didn't rush in to pull her away. They trusted her to handle her own.
Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved, because my goodness, I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. NaLyssa Smith, I think she sort of believes she's a little bit more masculine, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, as far as flexing goes, we talked about this a little earlier. NaLyssa Smith showed her ass last night. She did. I mean, at 6 of 12 from the field, 27 minutes, 20 points, 3 block shots.
This wasn't Smith's first showdown with Reese either. The two had a heated history, dating back to Reese's rookie season when Smith was still playing for Indiana. Their rivalry had been simmering all season, with Smith consistently finding ways to get under Reese's skin in ways no one else could. But those past encounters were brief, small skirmishes that ended quickly before tensions could escalate. This time, with cameras rolling and a packed crowd watching, Reese knew backing down was no longer an option. She would lose face if she walked away now.
Angel Reese goes after shoving NaLyssa Smith. The two of them are getting into it. Arike is there trying to be peacemaker. Courtney Vandersloot immediately doesn't know what's going on.
What made this showdown so incredibly satisfying was witnessing Reese finally realize she had chosen the wrong target. Her entire reputation relies on other players cowering, granting her that psychological dominance she believes makes her formidable. But when Smith refused to buy into the intimidation, it was obvious to everyone. Reese's confidence began to crumble before our eyes. Her body language shifted in an instant, from dominant predator to bewildered prey in just about 30 seconds.
I don't remember, like, even last season, the two of them were getting into it through the entire season. The two of them were getting into it, and you saw, literally, when the referees tried to break it up, you saw them just go like, don't. Like, the two of them want to get into it. And again, this is a rivalry.
The referees stepped in, issuing technical fouls to both athletes, an expected move. But as the dust settled, only one player emerged victorious in the mind game. Smith calmly returned to her spot, appearing as if she'd simply swatted away an irritating fly. Reese, on the other hand, carried that look of defeat, a person who'd just uncovered a harsh, uncomfortable truth about themselves. Commentators caught on immediately. One pointed out how Smith looked sharper, reading plays defensively with confidence, while questioning whether Reese truly had any self-awareness, especially after her rough night shooting 3 for 12. This incident revealed much more than just a heated exchange. It exposed what happens when someone finally dares to call out the behavior that everyone else has been tiptoeing around, breaking the silence with a loud and unmistakable truth.
Knowing that the other day was just a glimmer of hope that she had figured out how to start playing, as in only take 5 to 6 shots a game. Get rebounds, distribute the ball out to everybody out on the perimeter, and quit shooting the...
What set NaLyssa Smith apart from every other player who's faced Reese's antics? It's simple. She had history with Angel Reese, and she wasn't about to let some rookie intimidate her on a national stage. Smith entered the league with full awareness of Reese's reputation. Their rivalry dates back to when Reese was still learning the ropes in her early days, while Smith had already made a name for herself as a player who refuses to play petty games.
Reading plays, like NaLyssa Smith reading plays defensively?
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass. How did Dejounte...
Angel Reese tries to intercept the pass, and then her and NaLyssa Smith start jawing at each other, start talking at each other, start jawing at each other, start talking at each other.
What makes this entire situation even more compelling is that Smith used to play for the Indiana Fever, the same team that drafted Caitlin Clark, the same organization Reese has been targeting all season long. With that connection, every interaction with Reese takes on a personal edge. Smith wasn't just standing up for herself that night. It was about defending the honor of a franchise that holds deep significance for her. It added an extra layer of meaning to the confrontation, making it about more than just a game.
NaLyssa Smith talks to you like that, Angel. You gotta fight her, right? Isn't that what the pieces want? Angel, why are you just sitting behind her teammates? You gotta go fight that woman, Angel. You gotta go lion from the Wizard of... Put them all. Put them all. That's what you gotta do. Come on. Come on. This is another angle of their little dust-up that they encountered.
The rivalry between these two runs way deeper than most realize. Smith has observed Reese's antics since her rookie season, and it's clear she's grown tired of the drama queen act. Their past encounters had been quietly building toward this explosive moment all season. You could see it in how Smith carried herself whenever she faced Reese. There was no hesitation, no cautious energy like with other players. Smith approached each matchup with a relentless sense of purpose, as if she had unfinished business that only this confrontation could settle.
Right here, if we don't remember, up until the point where the starters were taken out, Angel Reese had 4 points. She had 4 points, 5 rebounds, but NaLyssa Smith had 14 points, She had 14 points on Angel Reese versus Angel Reese's 4 in 19 minutes. They took her off, and it was a very, very comfortable win for the Indiana Fever, where Caitlin Clark, in fact, had 31 points, 12 assists on 14 shots. Jesus, post-Olympic break, Caitlin Clark was...
Let's break down what Smith consistently brings to the defensive table. The commentators highlighted how she was reading plays effortlessly throughout the game. That's no coincidence. It's a result of strategic preparation meeting opportunity. Smith had clearly studied Reese's tendencies and knew exactly how to throw her off her game. She was actively blocking shots, snaking through passing lanes, and making Reese's offensive efforts a nightmare. The stark contrast in their styles was obvious. While Reese was caught up in creating drama and trying to mess with her opponents' heads, Smith was laser-focused on executing her basketball skills. She scored 14 points in just 19 minutes of play. Meanwhile, Reese managed just 4 points and 5 rebounds, looking more in need of rest than a fight. The stats speak volumes. Who really had the superior night? Without a doubt, it was Smith.
And like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we can miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah, you guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
Smith's ties to Indiana add another compelling layer to this story. Having spent time with that organization, she absorbed their culture and developed a clear understanding of what true professionalism looks like. When she sees someone disrespecting that standard, it strikes a different chord. Smith wasn't just defending herself. It was a stand for every player who believes in doing things the right way and upholding the sport's integrity. What's truly fascinating about her performance against Reese is that there was a previous game where Reese had convincingly outplayed her. Yet, Smith learned from that experience, regrouped, and returned even stronger. That's the mark of a genuine competitor: adaptation, growth, and refusing to let past defeats dictate future battles. That resilience is what truly sets her apart.
You're not seeing Angel Reese chase after NaLyssa Smith here. This is one of those basketball fights where no basketball things where people chirp at each other and they don't jump up and run after the person. Like,
Smith embodies exactly what many fans have been eagerly waiting for: an athlete who can match Reese's intensity without resorting to unnecessary theatrics. She's someone whose confidence is rooted in genuine skill and unwavering professionalism. When Smith blocked Reese's shots and outperformed her on both ends of the court, she wasn't just playing the game, she was making a powerful statement. What's remarkable about Smith's style is how natural and effortless it appears. She didn't need to stir up drama or stir controversy. She simply focused on her game and let her skills do the talking. That probably frustrated Reese the most. All of her usual tricks, her mind games and antics, proved useless against a player who refused to buy into the nonsense. Smith's calm, focused approach was the real highlight and a clear sign of her true caliber.
These days, when none of her teammates try to get in the way of anything, is she gonna actually charge? Like, is people actually gonna charge? One could say they're not in the way here, but she didn't. Oh yeah, NaLyssa's standing there like here. Oh, okay. Well, she got a teammate right here. Oh, this is interesting. Interesting. Dejanay does come around right there. You saw her. She's kind of trying to say, hey, calm down, boo. Calm down.
Smith clearly shattered Reese's intimidation tactics, revealing them as nothing more than illusions. When confronted with genuine competition from someone who refused to be rattled, Reese's entire persona disintegrated. This isn't an isolated incident, it's a reflection of a troubling pattern the league has been grappling with for months. Smith's dominant display emphasized just how serious the situation has become. What happened between Reese and Smith is just the surface of a deeper issue. A league struggling to maintain control over player behavior. Think this was a one-time clash? Think again. The WNBA has been witnessing a concerning rise in technical fouls and on-court altercations across the entire league. Players are facing suspensions once they reach 7 tech fouls, with additional penalties for every 2 fouls beyond that. The very existence of these penalty rules speaks volumes about how widespread and problematic this trend has become. The league's need to enforce such measures underscores a serious challenge in maintaining professionalism and order on the court.
Effective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? Either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player.
What's truly frustrating is how the league handles these kinds of incidents. Both Reese and Smith received standard technical fouls for their confrontation. Nothing more. No further discipline. No serious conversations about addressing escalating behavior. This muted response stands in stark contrast to how volatile and intense the confrontation actually was. It sends a clear message. Go ahead, rack up your tech fouls. It's no big deal. The WNBA effectively gives players the green light to act out, knowing that the consequences are minimal and often not enough to deter future outbursts. This approach risks encouraging more of the same, undermining the league's efforts to promote sportsmanship and professionalism.
The referees literally turned their back.
Caitlin Clark appears to be hunted every game. She deals with physicality that no other player in the league is dealing with. The WNBA not stepping in to protect their cash cow, their only draw, their only star, and this is the end.
Many WNBA fans are calling out the referee problem.
The Caitlin Clark flagrant foul incident earlier this season is a prime example of how intense and scrutinized gameplay has become. Even Clark, known for her professionalism and focus, was caught up in controversy when officials labeled a routine basketball move as a flagrant foul. That decision underscores the heightened tension and physicality on the court, revealing how inconsistent the league's officiating can be. When a player like Clark, who's all about performance and skill, is penalized for normal contact, it highlights a serious problem with maintaining consistency. The contrast couldn't be more stark. On one side, players like Clark concentrate on their craft and let their talent speak for itself. On the other, some seem more interested in turning every minor incident into a spectacle, seeking drama and controversy to boost their public profile. Some players are chasing the spotlight as potential reality TV stars rather than focusing on basketball. This creates an uneven playing field, where controversy is rewarded with attention and genuine talent often gets overshadowed.
Caitlin and Angel shows that they hate each other. I think they just hate each other, period. I think they just hate each other in general. I don't know, hate's a strong word. There is a 0% chance that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark like each other. I'm sorry. If you are Caitlin Clark, if you are a person and you got blindsided by somebody and someone else jumped up and celebrated, you wouldn't like that person. If you lost the championship game and then after the game, not just someone chasing around you doing that, after the game they're on IG Live being like, this is for you, instead of celebrating their win, they were taunting their opponent, you probably wouldn't like that person either.
The current disciplinary measures are clearly inadequate in addressing problematic behavior on the court. The league's hesitance to enforce stronger penalties for repeated acts of aggression signals a significant concern. Players are aware they can test the limits without fear of serious repercussions. The system depends heavily on in-game officials to judge technical and flagrant fouls. Yet this approach breeds inconsistency. These calls are highly subjective, varying depending on the referee crew or the specific game situation. Such variability undermines the deterrent effect that the policies are supposed to provide, allowing problematic conduct to persist and even escalate.
Rookie Caitlin Clark was subject to several intentional
with a quad injury.
Fouls her for the 4th time. It's cheating.
Caitlin Clark is the driving force behind the interest in the Fever and the interest in the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark will be sidelined for at least 2 weeks.
Bullets has emerged. How Caitlin Clark got hurt.
What's truly damaging is how these confrontations divert attention away from the incredible athleticism on display. Fans come to games to see top-tier talent, elite skill, speed, and precision, not players engaged in constant verbal clashes and physical disputes. Every moment spent addressing these incidents is time taken away from showcasing the remarkable prowess that defines women's professional basketball. It's a serious distraction from the core product, the game itself. The league's struggle with inconsistent enforcement only worsens the problem. There's a glaring disconnect: the harsh penalties players face for violations of league policies versus the relatively minor consequences for on-court confrontations. Officials often respond differently to similar incidents depending on the situation, which makes the entire disciplinary system look ineffective, close to a joke.
WNBA might as well just name Caitlin Clark the MVP right now. because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury. And not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one, they lost to quite possibly the worst team in the league, which just shows how important of a piece she is to that team. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game this year in the 4 games she played. She is super important to that team, and it's proving it that she is the most valuable.
The WNBA stands at a pivotal crossroads. How the league addresses recent incidents will ultimately shape whether it can emerge as a leading example of professionalism in women's sports or remain overshadowed by manufactured controversies. Right now, it appears that short-term attention and sensationalism are being prioritized over maintaining long-term standards of integrity and excellence. The Angel Reese incident is just one example of a deeper crisis, one that threatens to undermine the league's credibility as a true professional sports organization. The way forward will define the league's reputation and its ability to grow sustainably.
Let's see how viewership does in the 3 weeks that she's out. Let's see how ticket sales go when she's out. Let's see how the WNBA as a whole comes out, because I think they're trying to make a message to the WNBA that, hey, look, we don't necessarily have to put this woman on a pedestal. Like, she doesn't need to be treated like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God, anything like that. But I think if the WNBA wants to go in the right way with these CBA negotiations and getting bigger and more prominent, they need to embrace change, and she is good.
Angel Reese's heated confrontation with NaLyssa Smith highlights a crucial dilemma for the WNBA, whether to tolerate disruptive behavior or to uphold strict professional standards. The league is at a pivotal crossroads. Do fans want to see elite basketball or just playground theatrics? Because achieving both is impossible without sacrificing one. It's time to back players who carry themselves with dignity and embody the true spirit of the sport. Caitlin Clark exemplifies how athletic excellence and professionalism can coexist seamlessly. And as for Reese, well, her penchant for clowning around only underscores the need for a shift towards respect and decorum on the court. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's next.